walking with God. And I think that sometimes we say it so much we don't really feel the impact of it, especially when we don't look into the Semitic languages, the Hebraic origin of things. In Hebrews chapter 11 here, in every instance it says by faith, and then it's connected to some kind of an action. In other words, by faith, Abel offered up a better sacrifice. By faith, Abraham went out not knowing where he was going. By faith, Noah built something. But here it's passive. It's just simply a man that believed in God, and therefore he was walking with God, and he was taken by God. And it's kind of a shock when you understand, because he walks with him for over 300 years, and it's so special that the writer of Hebrews latches onto this and records this as one of the great and stunning cases in all of the history of mankind as far as faith. But we have very, very little information on this. And the word walk, you know, when you really want to understand, it's called the principle of first mention. Hermeneutics is the principle of studying the Bible. You go back to when the word is used for the first time in the Bible. And the first time the word walk is used in the Bible is when Adam and Eve disobeyed God in the Garden of Eden, okay? And it says that God was walking, looking for them. And it's the grammar and the context there is this was a typical thing that he did every day with man, that the King of the universe came to us represented in Adam, our federal headship, and he said, let's take a walk every day. And it literally means in the breeze of the day. When you're just walking in the cool of the evening, he says, I want to share my heart with you. And I want you to share your heart with me. And at some point, man broke that. And now he's looking for that walk with man. And man is hiding now. He's hiding in the bushes. He's afraid of God. He's had a lie put in his head by Satan that you can control your life better, make a better world for yourself than God can. And that lie is embedded in every single one of us here are at war with God by nature. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And so, you know, just get the gist of the feel of what's happening here. And the minute man disobeyed God, he couldn't walk with himself anymore. He couldn't walk with his wife anymore. He couldn't walk with creation anymore. Suddenly, he couldn't have intimacy with infinity. Dorothy Sayers says that, she's a Christian author and humanist, she says that sin is an interior dislocation of the soul. It's shifted, it's off-centered, and therefore everything else in life becomes off-centered, you see. And so we're estranged from God, and we know the story, Genesis chapter 3 and 4. You see, the minute we wouldn't walk with God, we couldn't walk with anybody else. We're rootless wanderers, full of fears, estranged from creation, at war with nature, disease and death. We're even estranged from our own bodies. And you immediately see in Genesis chapter 4 that jealousy and violence comes in and breaks up the family. And it's why the world is the way that it is. And, you know, if you can't walk with God, you won't be able to walk with anybody else or even yourself.